Hi Cancer, this is Heather, the medium on a mission, and I'm bringing you your 2020 forecast from January to December. And so when I just sort of tuned into your energy, I have a couple things. Number one, I do feel like this year, just when I kind of asked Spirit about your the theme for the first half of the year and just what I'm getting, it's this feeling of sort of you're coming out of your shell. There's this feeling of like owning your power, taking it to a new level, really stepping back into the space of owning your life. I feel like some of you, there may have been, you may have just been felt down a little bit. The energies, like the feeling of Groundhog's Day or the feeling of just kind of when something's gonna, shake up and change. And I just feel like that's kind of coming into your energy space this year of this like new start, a fresh new start. And as I'm saying that, I do have a feminine energy that's stepping forward, and I feel like she's making me feel like there's like in life she may have had bad habits. She may have not always lived her best life. She may have neglected her health in many ways. I get a raspy voice from her as well, the feeling of like smoking, and I just feel like this feeling of I didn't take care of myself and I want more for you. And so I feel like she's just really kind of pushing to, hey, I'm going to help you with this. I'm going to help you, not lead to the same situations that I've created that cause my crossing. So I just feel like that's what's happening for you. But I feel like there's the kind of the reflection of, and it's interesting because it's like sometimes when we do it for ourselves, it's not enough. But when we do it for other people, that's what really makes it stick. Like not being able to do certain things with our children, our loved ones, those type of things. So I feel like it's like a fresh new beginning for you, and you're a better new version of yourself. And so I'll just kind of pull the cards. I'm going to do the first 6 months of the year, and then we'll go into the second 6 months. So I'll just pull them as I get them here. All right, Spirit, what messages do you have for Cancer for the first 6 months? Cards for each month, January through June. Okay, and as I'm doing that, I'm just getting really dizzy, lightheaded. It feels like this feeling of an ascension that's occurring for you as well. Definitely. Okay. All right, I'm gonna keep pulling these here. Yep, okay, Chariot. We've got the Ace of Cups, we've got the Chariot. And the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Judgment. Oops. Okay, all right, so this is the first 6 months of the year, and I'm just sort of, I'm not surprised at the way that these are coming forward here. Anytime you sort of have a breakthrough in life, there's some struggle through the process, and that's where it really feels like things are breaking forward for you, and you are coming into this new. So you start the new year off with the Ace of Cups, and this is the feeling of, the emotions, kind of your cup overflowing with that. But the other thing I want to show you is this feeling of wanting to take action. Now, granted, whenever we, New Year's resolutions, we always want to sort of take action there. But I feel like it's going to be really strong for you, Cancer. And this is why I'm seeing this bird, and it's like really popping out to me, this feeling of movement, taking action. But it's, you've got the emotions around it. So what that's telling me is that emotionally you want to do this, but you're not putting the action forth. So it's this feeling of I gotta do this, I gotta move forward with this, but I'm not seeing the movement yet. And that's why when I pop here into February, we've got the Eight of Swords. And so this is that really feeling of it's kind of the mental space, right? There's the mental block. And so you've got the emotional connection here, but then you've got the energy that's being sort of blocked from an emotional perspective, and it feels like it feels like that imprisonment within the mind, like your mind is blocking you and saying, no, I can't achieve this, I can't achieve this. But then come March, you've got the breakthrough. There's something about March where the breakthrough is occurring. And it's interesting too, because Spirit was making me feel like out of, like, when I look ahead, May is going to be very significant for you in some ways. So I'm getting ahead of myself, but I wanted to put that out there because I keep hearing May, May, May. And so so the Chariot, so that's your card of movement. You're moving forward. You're taking back whatever this feeling of not being able to achieve or move forward. You are now in that position of power and moving forward. And then you come up to the Ten of Swords. So this is that feeling of a lot of times when we sort of push forward and, you know, we might have a moment where we're moving forward and then we feel stuck again. I feel like that's temporary energy. And I know that's temporary energy because what you see here, you've got the Judgment card, you've got the Three of Cups, and then you've got the Strength card. So Major Arcana. And this is that really taking back your power in a way, and you've sort of tamed the lion, you've tamed the beast. There might also be a Leo involved, but it feels like there's something to do with just generally kind of taking back that sense of strength and power that already resides within you. And I mean, this is quite amazing because, I mean, you're the water sign, right? You're a water sign. So you're starting your year off. That's you. This is you. This is the setting of the tone for the energy that's to occur. And so just kind of moving over here to the Judgment card, I just feel like with this situation, this isn't something where a judgment is being put upon you. It's you making the decision for yourself. It's you basically moving in a direction, you saying, you know what, this is it. This is not going to occur anymore. There could be situations where you have relationships in your life that you have to purge from that are no longer serving you. Just kind of moving away from that stale, stagnant energy. And it feels like, it's interesting. And I'm sorry, did I say the Three of Cups? I meant the Four of Cups. I keep looking at these three. They're in the forefront, but there's something to do. It feels also like there's some things to do with friends as it relates to this. So it's kind of moving away from that friend energy, or the kind of pushing aside, some people don't always like to hear this, but there's this feeling of, in life sometimes where we are the company we keep, and it's that doing sort of a assessment of that company we keep. And I'm just being drawn to, you being kind of one of the cups as a water sign, and you've got these three other cups here that it's like, okay, who's influencing me in life, and are they around for my highest and greatest good? Is this something where I should continue down this path with these individuals, or do I need to make a break for it? So, while you're kind of going through this, you're feeling this way, you're also sort of evaluating your physical world. It feels like a lot of physical energy. And I felt this at the beginning and I didn't say it, but I do want to say this. If you haven't looked into Dr. Joe Dispenza and any of his teachings, he's a magnificent teacher, and he really kind of talks about breaking the habit of being you, and not that, like, it's not that we're broken, it's just certain thought patterns that get in our head and that we get stuck around the wheel with them. And so I just feel like I get that a lot right here. And I want to, this is where you're kind of pulling back your energy and your power and saying, you know what, this is the breakthrough month where I now take back my own strength and power, and I'm not letting people make decisions for me. I'm owning my power, and I'm owning my decisions as well. I think it's really important to know that. So yeah, this is, it's a breakthrough year for you, Cancer. A lot of breakthroughs are going to occur for you in unexpected ways. And sometimes, when we have those breakthroughs, it can feel uncomfortable. I mean, it's not always a good feeling, but it's for your highest and greatest good. So we'll pull the last 6 months of the year and see what we've got in terms of energy here. Okay. Okay, yep. Wow. Okay. I'm kind of blown away by that, because I kept as I was looking at this card, I kept seeing this card and I kept seeing this card, and I'm like, why? It's like the 3 cups, the 3 feminine friends, the female. Okay, yeah, no, this is definitely, I'm just going to keep going. I'm kind of blown away because I kept seeing that in my mind's eye, and the fact that it pops up here is quite, it's beautiful. It just, Spirit is just speaking to you very much in this reading, and bringing through a lot of that energy that you need to hear and heal, is what I want to say there as well. I just feel their energy really strong. Okay, perfect. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited for you, Cancer. Oh my gosh. So, all right. So just to kind of wrap up the second part of the year, what I've got here. So this, you know, again, I'm very much being drawn to those 3 of Cups, and I kept seeing the kind of the friends, the feminine, and here you've got it right here. And so really what this is some of you might decide to, you know, renew your tribe license. Some of you may decide to forego it and seek other employment, if you will. So it's this feeling of moving away from the things that no longer serve you, taking an assessment of the friendships, the tribe, the people that you hold. But it's also about setting boundaries too. This is going to be really big for you, because this feeling of like, I'm giving, and I'm not always receiving back, or, you know, I'm not always getting that love back, or maybe it comes back in a form that I don't appreciate, and therefore I need to be mindful of my expectations towards others. And so it all feels a lot like that energy that's going on right now. So it just feels like you're kind of having that breakthrough occurring here. And then when you get into July, so we've got, or I'm sorry, not July. So we've got, this is, let me just, April, May, June, July. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, August, September, October, November. I'm sorry. I'm so confused right now. I'm just sort of blown away by this whole makeup that I'm seeing here. And so, September, October, November, December. So when we get into September's energy, you're balancing things. Now your life is coming to this space of equilibrium, and you've sort of balanced the energies around you, and you're in a space where things become a little bit more calm, is all I can say. It's a divine, you could see, you know, the pouring of the energies. It's very balanced. It's very fluid. It's flowing really well. And, you know, you're a water sign, and it's, you know, you've got it here where the cup is overflowing, and this feeling of emotions around. Now it's overflowing, but it's in a way that it's being equally distributed to another cup. And so it's just quite beautiful. And I keep being drawn to this 3s. We've got the 3s here. We've got the 3 here. And then you've got the 3, what are those? Calla lilies, tulips or something. Tulips. And they're just, it's this energy and this feeling of you taking the power for yourself. And it's in the solar plexus too. You've got the yellow energy that's coming forward, that I'm getting that very strongly from this as well. You're owning that power, you're taking that back for yourself, and you're setting your path forward, go forward. So, and so moving forward, we've got the 7 of Swords, and that's all about kind of, it's the feeling of you, I'm just asking for more information on this one. Okay. This feeling of the realization, it's almost like you've gone through this, you are now in this space, but now you're in a comfortable space where you can take a pause and reflect back on your prior circumstances. And it's almost like you're finding in some ways that you've, you know, when we've told ourselves, and this goes back to Dr. Joe Dispenza, and where I'm getting that as well. It's almost like when we tell ourselves a story, and does it work for you anymore? And I feel like this feeling of when you're getting into September, the September, October time frame, it's the realization of, I've been in some ways telling myself a story that no longer serves me. And you're walking away from that energy that no longer serves you. And right here, I mean, the Hierophant, this for me, I mean, I'm really being drawn to these keys as well. There's significance to the keys. Anytime Spirit shows me those keys, it's sort of a opening a doorway into a new reality for yourself. One that's that better serves you. That it's your belief systems. It's the the beliefs that you've created. And to have this right next to this card, this is it right here. And oh my gosh, the wheel is turning in your favor. The wheel, it's the wheel of, I mean, I'm sort of blown away right here by the energies, because you've actually been able to, as a result of your kind of creating a new belief system, been able to establish this. I mean, that's essentially what this is. You've created this new belief system, and as a result of that, things are completely turning in your favor. And it's the sequence of this energy that's coming into your space that there's just a lot of success for you. And, you know, it's going to take some time as you go through the year to get to that point in time where you feel that energy, but you're working towards it. You've got this strength that's coming in the middle of the year. You've got the drive and the desire in which to come to this space and kind of reform your beliefs and your understanding and awareness, but you're being supported. Spirit's here. This feminine energy is coming forward and saying, hey, look, you can have whatever life works for you. You can create your beliefs to create a new outcome. And so Spirit's really kind of urging you this year to take stock of those things and move in that direction. So again, this is your highest level of achievement that you can kind of expect. That's kind of the intent that I put out for these readings, but there's free will at play. So you can decide at this point where, does that work for you? And some of you might say, you know what, this is actually what I've been going through, and you've just sort of like, it's laid out the path of, and this might just be a confirmation for you that you're here now. You're here. This is going to serve different people in different ways. At the end of the day, I don't judge it. I just give it. And Spirit never wastes a thought, and they never waste their energy. And there's a reason why all these cards have come out in the sequence that they have. So just be mindful of that and the way that they flow. So I'm going to pull a Sacred Destiny card just to kind of get the overall message for Cancer for 2020 and see what Spirit has to say here. We'll just see what energy Spirit has. What general messages do you have for Cancer for 2020? Miracles. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And you guys, okay, I love Spirit. That's all I can say. You've got a double rainbow here. And there's something to do, whatever this is too, it's the feeling of, you might have two fits and starts here. You've got, you know, two kind of energies where you feel like you're kind of coming down on yourself a little bit, or this feeling of, but recovery. It's the sign of recovery. Spirit always comes through with the rainbows of showing, you know, things are going to get better. There's always a rainbow after rain, and things are getting better for you. And so there's miracles occurring. And, you know, essentially, gosh, it's quite amazing, because, I mean, if Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I don't usually bring him up in my readings, but I mean, I'm a super fan of his work, and I'm aware on a spiritual level, Spirit conveys to me in ways that he helps people and helps them break that pattern of being themselves in some ways, where the negative belief systems that they've carried, right? And so a miracle, A Course in Miracles, defines a miracle as a shift in perception, which exactly is the teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza. You have to change your perspective. Once you change your perspective, you change your life. Your personality defines your personal reality. And so I love your reading. There's so much amazing hope coming your way for this year. I'm so excited for you, Cancer. You'll have to let me know. Either way, you're being supported on a massive level. Spirit's got your back on this. Your guides are stepping forward to help you with this. You're breaking through. It's a new year. It's a new you. And so you've got that, you know, clarity of sight, you know, 2020, it's 2020 vision. You can see clearly now. And so it's all being put out for you. So Cancer, I love your reading. It's so hopeful and amazing. And I just wish you amazing 2020 and all the best. Namaste.